Sam, 2-point lead, and I don't know if there's enough time for Bound to get back in this match.
Oh, and at a crucial point in this game, Sam takes down Bound with that commando to extend it to 2. Bound now having to desperate here, but my goodness, Magic, after a kill with just, I think that was only 3 seconds after his spawn, has himself right back in this, believe it or not. Not an easy matchup here for Bound, despite being fairly early in the bracket.
Well, Bound, you know, he lost the game 3 here on Recharge versus Aperture in the winner's bracket last week. So now coming back, I can't help but feel that Bound has some vengeance in mind, but he's going to meet instead the first frag, the opening kill, TheDeitySam already with the commando in hand.
Didn't take long for Sam to show the prowess of that mouse and keyboard peripheral, bouncing that grenade off the floor, instantly popping in the face of Bound. And that's just simply something Bound will never see in an HCS tournament. And hopefully, not never, but up to this point in time, would never see it. Oh my God! Another thing you rarely see is a reversal. Bound getting first shot, but going down instead.
And it was a duel of the commandos. Bound picked up the commando at the top of control spawn, but TheDeitySam had the other side commando, the one from top attic, and they went at it. And now here's some more of those grenades dealing out damage. Both players are weak and back-to-back reversal kills. Sam is steamrolling.
Wow, not the start you would have expected here for Bound, but Sam, maybe this isn't a surprise, Magic. Sam, the returning competitor from the finalists. Bound hasn't found himself in those finals yet. He hasn't yet qualified for the finals. So maybe this is exactly what we should have expected as a community. Kind of wild to say.
I don't know about expected, but Sam, everything is working. The commando shots and the frag grenades, the movement and positioning as he lands yet another kill. Are we seeing an opening killing spree against, you know, the rookie of the year Bound? That would be quite a milestone for Sam to cross, but he needs one more to make it happen.
And you mentioned that killing spree, Magic, and that's where it has to stop if you're Bound. You cannot allow Sam to get that 5th kill and continue to build on that momentum to start. And this is equally as huge because not only does it stop the bleeding, but it allows Bound to take ownership of some of the utilities he'd like on the map, but I'm not seeing any of that just yet. No grapple hook. I believe with that camo is GA'd. So there we go. There's the grapple hook. Let's see if Bound can grab himself a shock and get right back in this one.
I like the use of the grapple here, moving to that high ground position, but I think shock rifle might be up on the rack. Is that a G8 item as well? It was kind of left unsure about, so we'll see if either player in row gets to pick it up. Right now, they're going to go back at the commando action, then switching over to the BR, laying down that initial damage at mid-close range. Sam using the commando and that quick weapon swap in the middle of the battle, perfectly timed to get another point on the board.
I'm actually really surprised that Bound GA'd that shock rifle. We've seen so many competitors use that to come back, and I'd say from a controller versus mouse and keyboard standpoint, that would really be the one thing you'd want to neutralize that peripheral. Instead, Bound gonna have to do it with a more basic form of that sandbox, using that grapple hook now to scurry away from the damage and DPS from Sam, but it's not gonna be enough as he takes down Bound, grabs that camo, and I believe is just gonna let that one stay in the suit, as we do in fact have a GA of the cam. All right, there we go. Grapple hook going into the suit of Sam instead. Will it be another kill on the board as well? No, Bound with the reversal of his own. Now starting to show some bounce back. He's have the score 6-3.
Bounce back? Is that what you're saying here, Mikowski? He's coming back in this game. That's certainly true. And that was, you know, a little bit of an ego peak there from Sam. Both players were at one shot, and Sam really did push after that kill, and he's doing it here now. Bound with the grapple, making a quick play. It comes out as a net trade. That grapple's going to drop there on a triangle, or I like to call it Dorito. And there's the grapple if either player wants to rotate there. With so many items GA'd in this match, it really does come down to the commando and that movement equipment.
Bound looking more like Sam in recent weeks with that grapple, firing himself at his opponent, and Bound with more good shots. We're starting to see him find his form again. It's almost as if these first couple of minutes were a warm-up for Bound. He's starting to look back to form as he's back against the wall here at that aforementioned Dorito, moving up to top A here, trying to find a rotation here, which gives him equal ground to fight against Sam. Pushing up instead, now falling back after a couple grenades get tossed out. Sam picking up 2 on those gold pipes, trying to figure out where Bound has maneuvered himself on this map. Now there it is, Bound with that high ground. So as a competitor, the positioning battle goes to Bound. Will he earn himself the kill as well? He's got Sam down to low shields, Bound down to half. This one's going to come down to the wire. Sam looking to squeeze his way out to the elevator. Re-shield. Both opponents now back to full. But Sam, excuse me, was not. I'm very surprised that Sam had no shields there. What the? There was no disruptor. No reason in my head as to why Sam wouldn't have had full shields there alongside with Bound.
I mean, he was ducked behind the pillar, but on that escape, right as he ran below stairs, I think Bound kind of threaded the needle on a quick body shot.
Wow.
It's the only thing I can account for in order to leave Sam still weakened. But my question is, why did he re-challenge? He had some cover behind that pillar. There were no grenades kind of forcing him out. Instead, it looked like he just wanted to take that fight instead of having the restraint, that patience to wait for that full shield. I think Bound gave him the opportunity to have cover long enough.
Yeah, and it just goes to show Magic in these 1v1s and even in 4v4, sometimes getting that little ankle's worth of damage, that little toe that's creeping around the corner, just stopping the re-shielding process. The time it takes, 6 seconds to go from no shields to full. If you're about half to full, it takes 4. So a considerable amount of time that you have to keep in track of in the back of your head as a competitor. Bound doing a better job of that in that scenario. Sam peeking, surprisingly with no shields. And now we have a 1-kill game once again. This 1v1 feels like it's going to come down to the wire. Bound looking to re-shield and reposition. Sam looking to do more of the same as both players here finding themselves pretty far across the map and unsure of where the other is. Bound getting that first read on Sam, but Sam does a great job to bounce back in this fight and take the finishing shot as Bound goes down, and it's a 2-kill game once again.
Now, the battle of commandos have been primarily in the hands of Sam. He's able to get the early damage with the commando and then either switching to the BR or sticking with that full burst fire from the commando. Has 3 grapples now. He wants to steal back high ground, but he's going to go for the trade. Melees are out. Both players go down. Only 2 points, though, and that can quickly shift. After that initial opening from Sam, 4-0 was the lead, so now to see it as a 2-point game, it really does make you think that this is up for anyone to steal away. And I'm going to add just one more thing of tension, one more element to it. This is a best-of-1 Mikowski, so everything on the line if they want to stay in the upper bracket.
Wow, and you just don't expect Bound to drop to the lower bracket again this early. But here he is bouncing back once again. We've seen him take it to a 1-kill game, Magic, but he's yet to tie it after that 4-0 start for Sam. So Bound gonna have to figure out one more equation to the calculus that Sam has put in front of him. Bound seemingly not able to figure out that problem just yet, but he's working on that equation as we speak. And earlier, I want to go back real quick, Magic, to that previous encounter. That was like a split trade. Sam got the trade, but Bound had first shot. So a little Sam with the win there because he's in the lead with that trade. But I really thought that Sam should have gotten that kill without the trade on Bound. Bound now making him pay for it, because if it weren't for that previous sequence, this would be a flip scenario. Instead, now it's tied. Bound with that answer back, Bound with that momentum. But because of all the GAs here in this match, Magic, he's not able to stack and starve. He's not able to really snowball outside of anything other than his accuracy with this commando, which we've seen trouble with here against Sam so far.
Yeah, that's such a good point, that there's not that snowball potential without having the camo or the shock rifle. So off of a kill, it makes it that much harder to keep that spree going that we saw early on from Sam. And now we are deadlocked 9-9, and it's pretty much even footing as well as far as positioning, as far as utility. The commando dual fire going out again, and it's nearly identical from side to side. Damage taken, and then both players at the same time deciding to fall back and regen. But Sam now with the advantage, more damage to his name, tries to use the grapple to full send it, but Bound's gonna be back at full health in this much closer quarters matchup.
Sam getting the best of Bounds back there with the grapple hook around the big door on blue to earn himself a 1-kill lead with just under 3 to go. Very surprising there, because Bound, a player that we've seen with great awareness in these 1v1s, had no idea that Sam was wrapping around the corner. You'd think he would have had that audio cue with the grapple, but instead It's that fast-paced, frenetic gameplay we've come to know from Sam that has earned himself here the 1-kill lead. And Bound running into that wall is going to keep him exposed for another half second. And that's all Sam needed to extend the lead to 2.
You know, hitting the edge of that doorway, it seems inconsequential until it costs you your life. And, you know, unfortunately for Bound, it looked like not a Rookie of the Year move, but maybe a rookie move as he kind of caught that little lip. And that was just enough time for Sam to finish off the kill before Bound could break that line of sight. So now Bound, a little bit of pressure on him. Still time to get in this game, but below that 2-minute mark and 2 points down, you can definitely tell that there's been a shift here where now Bound is actively searching for the fight. He can't wait for it to come to him, but he has to wait for the commando respawn.
Bound. Not only is Sam his enemy here, but the clock is as well. 90 seconds to go. Only 9 for Bound, needing to reach that 11 mark if he wants to tie it here and send us to OT. And Magic, you have to imagine that's a best case scenario for Bound. He doesn't have enough time to really come back in this one and win it. Right now, his focus has to be on the tie. It starts here with this first kill. Bound secures it. And with just over 1 to go, it's a 1-point game again.
Now, Bound sure has the clock in the back of his mind, but he is very efficient at this aggressive play style. And you talked about stack and starve. I think he is starving Sam out from the commando as he stole the one at top attic, and now he has locked down the spawn on the top of control room as well. So one thing working in Bound's favor, and we hope it's enough as he lands the shots. Both players to one shot. Does he grapple up to re-engage? Instead, he grapples away. He's going to grab a couple of frags. 44 seconds to go. Here comes the re-engagement. Sam on the grapple spawn, and that high ground is going to be enough. Sam, 2-point lead, and I don't know if there's enough time for Bound to get back in this match.
Oh, and at a crucial point in this game, Sam takes down Bound with that commando to extend it to 2. Bound now having to desperate here, but my goodness, Magic, after a kill with just, I think that was only 3 seconds after his spawn, has himself right back in this, believe it or not. 15 seconds to go. Where's the respawn? You have to think that's what Bound is thinking. C-Plat is the location of Sam. Does Bound see Sam? I don't think he does. And with this, with 6 seconds left, Magic, he's going to need to start shooting soon, or this one could be over.
Oh no, Sam's giving him the opportunity. He's actually contesting. Oh my gosh, what was the time on the clock? It was like 1 second. I cannot wait to watch that replay. Sam gave Bound opportunity. He wants to win this one out fair and square, not milking any time.
Unbelievable. Bound's hands are shaking. So are Sam's. But Bound has the confidence. Sam could be faltering here if he doesn't clutch up against one of the best players in the world. Shots going down for Bound. 2 into the suit of Sam that puts him at half shield. Bound's recognizing this. Doesn't have enough with the melee, but now only needs a body shot to finish off Sam. He's absolute. Will he find it with the grenade? No. Sam reshielding to full. Bound with full opportunity, full shields, and full momentum here after that wild 0.000 second to tie it and send us into overtime. Magic, I think all of us need a second to catch our breath.
I tell you what, the adrenaline, if you came for some competitive high-octane Halo, it's being delivered right here in this Honda Fan Cup as TheDeitySam, with a little bit of a spin move, drops down from high ground, gets the kill. And another thing to consider, we have 2 minutes on the clock, that 3 extra from overtime, but we're playing to 15. And so Sam is just 2 kills away from that 15-point cap.
What an unbelievable match here. An unbelievable escape there from Sam. Bound had him to no shields. Sam just now flickering those shields, getting them back to full. Bound with half shields. Sam could elect to push here. We've seen him do it, or we've seen him push here in these case scenarios, but Bound backing away. Sam doing the same because he's got that 1-kill lead. He'll accept the dual cancellation, if you will, there. As the piv resets, so too does the position of shield of these 2 opponents. Bound with the high ground now, has Sam trapped. Don't know if he knows Sam's there. No, he doesn't because he didn't look. Sam scurrying away once again, Magic, and don't look now. It's 1 kill to go with 1 minute.
1 kill to go, 1 minute on the clock, and now Sam is playing the strategy that we maybe would have expected at the end of regulation, playing much safer, playing a little bit of ducking and dodging, diving back into cover. Even here, he's almost taunting Bound to push him at the top of glass, and he's stuck right behind him. He went over his head, and he went just over top, but Bound is caught on. He has the damage out. He gets the reversal. We're back to tie. 40 seconds on the clock.
Oh, and if you haven't heard this before, 30 seconds to go. Tied 13-13. Bound pushing into the spawn of Sam. A great recognition of the spawn there from Bound as he instantly puts pressure and shots on an opponent, but they're not going to materialize. Instead, Sam gets the reversal of form, taking down Bound. Does he have another miraculous 20-second run in him? If not, he's going to the loser's bracket.
Bound was down 2 points with 30 seconds on the clock. He came back to tie up the game at literally the final second, and now we're here in overtime, 6 seconds, and Sam is re-engaging yet again. He wants to win this outright, and with that grenade commando, Sam seals the game.
In one of the most unbelievable 1v1s we've ever seen in Halo Infinite, it's TheDeitySam, the mouse and keyboard finalist from Mexico, taking down the Rookie of the Year Bound here in the first match of the Stream Magic. Oh my God.
Look at the clock. Look at the clock. 001. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
No shot. No time on the clock, but it doesn't matter for Bound as he secures the overtime, but not the match magic. I feel like because of how insane this 0-0 moment was that sent us to OT with 3 on the clock, we forget the fact that Sam actually came back and won this game.
Sam started out strong with that 4-0 streak, and then Bound creeps back, and every time Bound looks like he's just reaching for the victory, Sam snatches it out of his hand. Right here is where the game gets tied up. Bound with the reversal forces Sam to low ground, and then it's, you know, the final 40, and we had high excitement moments at the end of overtime and the end of regulation. We really got like a 2-for-1 in this match.
That was, if you're just a fan of Halo at home and you're just looking for a good game, that is as good as it'll ever get. That's one for YouTube. That's one for the record books for LVT. That was one of the greatest 1v1s that we've ever seen in Halo, maybe even much less Infinite, honestly.
I think it was the kill in Whirlpool where it ended up 14-13. Sam rotated from top of A down to bridge and caught Bound's back. I think that this right here, this is the game-winning play in my mind, because Bound does a repulsor jump up to the top of Mohawk, and he's locked sights, but Sam's so stealthy, so sneaky, gets around just in time. Bound doesn't regen that shield, and Sam gets a free kill.
And it's just like before when we saw Sam go down, because Bound kept him at low shields. Bound taking just that little tick, a millimeter of a fragmentation grenade landing in the ankle or the sock of Bound, kept him at half shields and allowed Sam the time he needed to reverse form, reverse fortune, take him down in gold pipes, and somehow miraculously win that 1v1 and send Bound to the lower bracket. I need a sec.